Several years ago, my wife and I decided to take a walk just after a summer storm. We checked the forecast and even looked at the radar, and everything looked clear. So we began walking here next to our house, and as we were about a mile from home, we noticed a dark cloud in the northwest sky. As we walked further, the cloud became larger and seemed to be heading in our direction. We turned around and began to walk back toward home, but as we kept an eye on that cloud, it grew more and more ominous. We could see rain and wind was associated with it. We decided maybe it was time to start running for home. We took off, but we didn't make it home. The rain overtook us, and we ended seeking shelter next to this stone tomb, you would say, this mausoleum. And we stood in the shelter of the wind, and the rain swept around us, and we saw objects flying horizontally past us, but we were safe and secure in the shelter of this stone edifice. My friends, this is the Sunday after Easter, and our primary character in this story is a man named Thomas, which happens to be my middle name. I'm Thomas, or as my mother would have said, Doubting Thomas, and it's true. I am a skeptical person by nature. You might not think that should be true of clergy, but it's true for me. If you tell me you saw Elvis in the supermarket, I'm going to be skeptical. If you said Jesus talked to you while you were in the shower this morning, I'm pretty skeptical. But so are you. That's the nature of our lives in the 21st century. We doubt, we question, we seek verification. The story goes in John chapter 20 that on the day of resurrection, Jesus' disciples are gathered together. They tell one of their crowd, a guy named Thomas, that the resurrected Lord appeared to him. Thomas will have none of it. He says, unless I see the scars in his hands, unless I touch the wound in his side, I'm just not going to believe. We call him Doubting Thomas. I think that's problematic because, well, I'd like to call him Ironic Thomas. Do you know why? You know what irony is first. Irony is when a New Yorker looks out at a snowy day that's 32 degrees and blustery and just miserable, and a New Yorker will say, what a marvelous day. That's irony. It's somewhere between what you mean and what you actually say. Someone wrote a song about irony in the 1990s, but it wasn't really about irony. It was about coincidence. Irony is when a traffic cop gets his license pulled because he has too many parking tickets. That's irony. And Thomas is kind of ironic too, because we think of him as a doubting person, but he really in many ways is one of the most faithful of disciples. When Jesus is preparing to go to Jerusalem, Thomas says to the others, let's go with him, that we may die with him. He knows the cost, and he's willing to count them and give up his own life. That's not a doubter. That's a strong person of faith. The American philosopher William James distinguished between two kinds of beliefs. He said there's scientific belief, and then there's religious or moral belief. And scientific belief is predicated on what we can see and verify and prove using the scientific method. But moral or religious belief, it's not just a matter of believing what you think you should believe. It's, he said, believing with conviction. It's kind of like this. What if you love someone and you'd like to know whether they love you? You can't use science to determine whether another person loves you. You can wait and look at the evidence. You can hope that they will express their love in some way. But while you're waiting, they may be looking at you wondering, there doesn't seem to be any emotion or any passion on their part, and they may give up the whole enterprise. And this is where taking an active faith with conviction matters, taking that leap of faith. Being in love means revealing your whole self to another person, taking a chance and offering an open opening up your heart to see if another person truly feels the same way about you. Maybe that's what faith is all about. All of us are doubters. During this coronavirus time, we have our doubts, don't we? We doubt ourselves. We doubt whether we can remain sane for another month of lockdown. We doubt whether life will be the same when all of this is over. Sometimes we even doubt the authorities that are speaking to us. But we know we have to trust the scientists and the health caregivers who are doing their best to guide us through this situation. Doubt is not a sin. Doubt is a part of life and a part of faith. A great writer said, doubt is the ants in the pants of faith. And the chief rabbi of London, Jonathan Sacks, once said, to question is not a sign of a lack of faith. It's a sign of a lack of depth. Friends, during this coronavirus time, don't let your doubts get the better of you. Find a shelter, find a safe place, whether it's the love of your friends and family, whether it's your faith, whether it's a way of connecting with your community, whatever it is, find that shelter that can shelter you during this time of questioning.